Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Sophia Sadie, aka look lovely and sturdy. Okay, anyways, stop. I'm hoping this microphone's working and everything, but it is Sophia Sadie, aka Fairy Light. The funny thing is you guys, I'm a perfectionist. Oh, my ring's not on because I took it off to give Aurora a bath. Dang it. Sorry. I'm not going to risk going in there and waking her up. But anyways, let me actually turn on her baby monitor. As many of you know, I'm a mom. So, what the heck? Where is she? Why is she moved that way? What? Girl, I have no idea why she moves the way she does. But I can't even see her face now. She's completely moved sideways. Okay. Anyways, guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It is Sophia Sadie, aka Fairy Light, and I'm finally back with another episode of Fairy Frequency. I'm so excited. And for some reason I chose to do it the one day that I'm breaking out. I never break out, and I'm breaking out, I think, because I was drinking dairy products, and I never drink dairy. I'm very more into oat milk or whatever. Also, only one of the lights is working, so you know what? This is my test to let go of perfectionism and just do what feels right. Even though I really want to go in there and check on her. Yeah, this is the life of a mom. So yeah, nothing's perfect, but that's real life. So yeah, I've been really wanting to get back into doing my show. I don't know why I kept just putting it off. I was really overwhelmed with adjusting to being a mom. There's a lot that goes into it, and yeah, it's not easy. Everyone who's done it knows it. It's just completely life-changing, but it's the biggest blessing I've ever experienced. I don't know how to explain it. It's the weirdest thing because it's probably the hardest thing ever, but it's the biggest blessing ever. So it's like, it's so hard, and sometimes you just wish sometimes you had more downtime or more peace, but then you're like, it's so worth it. You know, I would never go back. I would never want to change anything. So yeah, it's a dichotomy. It's interesting. So, yeah, so that's one of the reasons I haven't been back. And then, yeah, I just get so tired at the end of the day that I'm like, my makeup's a mess. I'm a mess. I'm going to be a mess on camera. So I always think, oh, I can't now that it is, that she's asleep. But now I feel good today, you guys. So I'm just back on my thing. I actually just finished an audiobook called Instant Manifestation by Joe. What was his last name, you guys? I'm sorry. Joe Vitale. Yeah, I was just remembered there was audiobooks on Spotify, and then I randomly looked up manifestation, and then his book came up, so I listened to it, all 32 chapters. It didn't take that long. And just whenever I had free time or I was driving or whatever, and yeah, I mean, I know about manifestation and the law of attraction, but it was a great deep dive, and he really broke it down and explained it super well. So I really appreciated that. And yeah, I was just like, take action, inspired action, don't let your mind get in the way. It was a lot, you guys, just listen to the book. I can't break it all down, but it was very inspiring to me. And another thing that he brought up that was very fit into what I talk about is he talked about how a lot of people have been programmed to see money or people who have a lot of money as bad people or greedy people or evil people. And if you have a lot of money, you're a bad person. And, a lot of that's falling away, but there's still a lot of people that see money that way, and they don't like rich people. And so that in itself is blocking them from ever becoming that, because they have such a negative view of being rich or having a lot of money, or even having enough, so it's really interesting how a lot of spiritual people demonize money. They think money is evil and that you shouldn't care about money, you shouldn't care about material things. But everything actually is spiritual, and money is spiritual energy. It's divine energy, and everything is spiritual. So it's up to you what you want to experience in this lifetime. So, I mean, everyone's different, but for me, why wouldn't I want to experience the nicest things, the most luxurious life? Like, you can experience anything, and there's no bad. It's not bad to have a luxurious life. It's not bad to have an abundant life or have a lot of money. It's not bad. And I really like how he talked about that, because I feel like it's still a big thing in the spiritual community to think money or wanting nice things is unspiritual, but it's not. It's an experience, and it's actually a better experience, in my opinion. It's your choice if you don't want to have nice things or whatever, in my opinion. But everything is a spiritual experience. So he said a quote in his book that said, "As soon as you seek God in the very thing you condemn, fear, or judge, in that moment you will awaken." So when David and I first started dating, and we posted our photo together, I got a lot of judgment. Oh, she has highlights. How is she spiritual? She's wearing fake nails and makeup. She's not spiritual. She's a bottle girl. She's a bad person. She's not spiritual because she's done lingerie modeling, whatever the case may be. All these things that spiritual people do not deem spiritual, right? So, the funny thing in that, though, is once you're telling someone they're not spiritual, and you're writing someone off, you and yourself are not acting spiritual in that moment, and you're not actually seeing the spirituality. So it's kind of what's ironic, because those very people are the ones that aren't seeing the spirituality. So yeah, highlights are spiritual. If you like to have your hair highlighted and you want to experience this world with hair highlights, it's spiritual. Everything's energy, spiritual. You came here to experience a certain thing. We're all aspects of source, different fragments, and we're all here to have an experience and then go back and learn from that and grow as souls. So yeah, it was just an interesting experience, and maybe that's one of the reasons I like this aesthetic. There's many reasons, but it gave me interesting experiences with the spiritual community. And yeah, I think that it's really important as we move forward as a spiritual community and we grow and we enter the age of Aquarius more and more, that we remember that spirituality is about being unique and being yourself, and any aesthetic you want. You don't have to have the boho aesthetic. You don't have to be into just sound baths or just yoga. You can have other aspects to your personality, and many of us do. Your aesthetic doesn't have to look a certain type of way to be spiritual. The things you're into, the things you do, spirituality is more of a truth of this reality, and it's a choice if you want to live your life a spiritual life. It's not up to how you look or the things you do. If you're a spiritual person, like you're into it and you want to go through life experiencing life through a spiritual lens, then that's your choice. It doesn't matter how you look, do, or whatever. So yeah, and for some reason, when it was first starting out and getting popular, more mainstream spirituality and astrology and everything, it kind of turned into this thing where you have to be this type of person and vegan and wear these type of clothes and look this way, and that means you're in the spiritual club. But I see Aquarius as being very eccentric and different and individuals, and I think it's the reason we came down here is to be our most authentic individual self and soul. And we can't do that if we're trying to fit into a box constantly, and then we're fitting it into a box in society, and then the spiritual community wants us to fit in a certain box. But you help the most people and you shine the brightest when you're your true, authentic individual self. And that might not fit with anyone else's preconceived narrative that might not make sense to other people. But that's the point. It's for you to self-express. And another thing is with light work, being a light worker, which many of us are, maybe all of us, I'm not sure. But those of you who are conscious of being a light worker and choose to do it, the most profound way that I've realized about light work is that, sorry, I've got to check my baby monitor every 5 minutes. Is that the real goal of light work is not to just help people outside of yourself and forget about your purpose and your dreams and your goals and your light, your shiningness, the thing that lights you up. The real light work, in my opinion, is finding your true purpose, what lights you up. This is part of my purpose. I love doing this. This excites me. So your purpose, your passion and your purpose are connected. If it's something you're passionate about, and that goes with manifestation too, then you'll manifest it. Then it's something that you're meant to be doing. It's divine. It's part of your path. It's something that you really love and that inspires you. That's your light work, doing that. So I'm not going outside of myself to go help other people or doing things like, oh, I'm a light worker, I must go do Reiki, I must go do this, which I do enjoy that. But instead, I'm following my passion, what lights me up. And that could be anything. It could be painting. It could be anything, dancing, whatever that is your true passion and is connected to your purpose. That's your light work. That's what's going to help the most people, is when you're being your authentic self and shining your light, not going outside of yourself to help people. You're just being you. And you found your purpose and you found what lights you up, and that light is going to emanate and beam out to others and help people in the correct ways and the ways it was meant to help others, instead of stepping outside of yourself to help people because you're like, I'm a light worker, I have to go help people. No, actually you have to just shine your light and do what you feel truly in your soul you're meant to do. And that's what you were meant to do, to help people in this lifetime. It's so much more simpler than going out there and trying to find it and trying to help all these people out there. And no, it's just whatever feels right and what you're truly passionate about. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't have to be something that's quote unquote spiritual. It's whatever lights you up. That's what's going to shine your light the brightest. And that's what's going to help the most people. So that's just what I wanted to say about light work, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Yeah, I didn't really prepare for this. I just took to inspired action. So I'm trying to look right now through my notes because I used to take notes throughout the week, and this is what I'll talk about on my show. And then I wasn't able to, I don't see any other, oh, okay. I have some notes, you guys. Okay. Okay. So, what else do I want to talk about? We will be at Disclosure Fest at Lake Passaic. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be in mom mode. And yeah, I just think that this new vibe and energy I'm feeling is just, it's all about being positive and creating the life in your vision. I've been visualizing my ideal life more and more. I mean, I have an amazing life that I have manifested, and David and I have manifested together, but you can always have room for improvement. And we have a lot more goals and a lot more things we want to build in life, and achievements and energetic vibrations we want to be at, and places and consciousness and all that. So yeah, I've just been visualizing my ideal life, like living in this beautiful, magical house. I can't even explain it, but just like all these things and aspects that I don't want to get into right now because I'm going to let it unfold rather than say what I'm trying to manifest or am manifesting. But yeah, the interesting thing is I, for a minute, listened to 48 Laws of Power just because I've heard about the book a lot and Robert Greene a lot, and it was kind of interesting, you know. Something he said was, you know, everyone wants power in some type of way, whether we're aware of it or not. Everyone wants some type of power energy, which is true. We are energetic based beings, right? So I'm seeing it from a different perspective kind of than he talks about, but yeah, I don't know if we need to get into it. It's just more so being aware of the power that we're after. And yeah, you guys, I don't want to edit this at all, but it's not happening. So let's see if I can search for a topic. Oh yeah. So another thing about manifestation is you're blocking your manifestation if you're hating on successful women. I'm talking about women and like, cause I'm a woman, but you know, if you're a woman hating on successful women or pretty women, I never hate on pretty women. I see pretty women and I'm like, oh my God, they're so pretty. You don't hate on pretty women. That pushes away prettiness from you. Did you not know that? I am not a girl hater, a woman hater, etc. I am like, I can appreciate if someone's beautiful and I don't get all weird and rude to them like I've experienced from other women, unfortunately. But you know, so that's number one. And then like business women or women in the public eye that get so much hate. Like I've talked about Kim Kardashian before. I've talked about, you know, she gets so much hate and I'm like, why? It doesn't make sense. You guys make up all these stories and stuff, and like she's like a very successful businesswoman, a mother. She likes to look good. What's the problem? She knows how to cultivate an aesthetic. What's the problem? You're just projecting and you're jealous. So yeah. And you will never manifest your ideal life like that because deep down you wish you had something that she has. Like, why wouldn't you want to have an amazing, big, beautiful life with your ideal body, your ideal look, your ideal everything? And you're not going to manifest it hating on those people who actually have it. You actually should thank them for showing the way and not praise them, but bless them is the word that actually Joe Vitale used in his book. He said, if you see someone driving a Rolls Royce, if you see someone with a lot of money, bless them. Don't send them negative energy. Bless them. Because that's spiritual energy and that's going to attract you. But if you're sending negative energy to richness, beauty, business success, etc., then it's not going to be attracted towards you. But I feel like you guys, maybe the haters out there, they love to be haters, so they're probably not going to change. And then they make their bed and they lie in it. So whatever. I'm not trying to force y'all to change. If y'all want to be haters, you can lie in your bed of hates, but I'm not. So that's why I'm beautiful. That's why I'm living my ideal life more and more every day. Anyways, yes. So that's a key, but haters are going to still hate. So they can lie in their bed of hate. Anyways, they get their own karma within that. So that's just how it works. I don't make the rules. The universe does. So anyways, so but the pretty girls know. So this was just a mini video update, you guys. I didn't prepare. I was just taking inspired action. I want to go check on my baby, make sure she's okay. So I hope you enjoyed this mini fairy frequency show. I will be doing more shows now. because I'm getting back on my manifestation vibe. I don't know how she turned like that, you guys. She's a wild cub. We just put fence board, like almost like crib border. It's called like a bumper kind of on our bed so that she doesn't roll off. But yeah, we'll be at Disclosure Fest. We're really excited. I'm going to be vlogging that weekend as much as I can with the baby, because when David's at his events, he's in work mode. And I've got to just expect that I'm going to be the main one watching her, which is fine. As long as I have that in my perspective, it's no big deal. You know, and I understand that. So it just is what it is. It's work. Hopefully one day he'll take me on a vacation soon. That's not work related. Anyways, so yeah, more coming soon. This was so random, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I can't really think of anything else to say right now. I just randomly came on here, and I was hoping that it is entertaining to you guys. Another thing I just want to say is protect your auric field, especially being a light worker or high vibrational or spiritual. These news stories, you guys, they dig their hooks into you energetically and can bring down your vibration. We cannot solve the entire earth and everything going on in it. So make a decision on what is worth your energy and time and vibration. And if you need to protect yourself, do so. There's nothing wrong with that. We cannot solve all the problems on this earth. And yeah, we're here for a reason. So I hope that brings some help. And yeah, I think just staying away from, this is for me, this isn't for everyone, but I just stay away from news stories as much as possible, because it's always negative and nothing ever really comes from it. My immediate reality has never really changed, and I've probably talked about this before, so I don't need to get into it again. But also another thing that I've worked on a lot is not fawning or people pleasing, because I was a people pleaser and I'm really learning not to be now. So, and the key, a lot of empaths are, if not all, it might be the same thing. An empath, created from having a somewhat maybe traumatic childhood, or having a parent that's not attuned to you, or a parent that makes you attuned to them for various different reasons, whether that be addiction or having some type of personality disorder or whichever it may be. So it turns usually one of the children into empaths, or or you can see from a spiritual perspective that they're born as an empath. And usually they're the black sheep, which I was in my family. And they can see through everyone's issues. They can see through everything. And so the unhealthy people in that family unit do not like that. They don't like that the black sheep is seeing through things, is more emotional, can understand things from a higher wisdom. So usually they're used as a scapegoat. And that was my reality growing up. It was very traumatic. I was forced to be on antidepressants at age 12 or 11 because I was too emotional. But really, there was a lot of dysfunction, Like, there's so much. There wasn't just one thing going on in my household, and I saw through it, and I was feeling the energy and emotion that was happening, and I was labeled the issue and too emotional and the problem and too much to deal with. So yeah, I was on antidepressants till about 18. And I've done a lot of healing since then, and I've understood that I was a people pleaser, and it was causing a lot of other issues in my life. Because I don't like who I kind of turn into to make sure I'm safe, because I don't like when people say, oh, you're a people pleaser. That's manipulative because you're trying to get people to like you or whatever. It's not manipulative. It's the key word for people pleasers is they want to be safe. It's about safety. It's about making sure you don't make too much of a ruckus or too much of a ruffle too many feathers so that you're safe, so you don't get in trouble, so you don't get your safety taken, right? So that you're not, targeted, whatever. So yeah, I've been a major people pleaser my whole life. Maybe it doesn't seem this way because maybe I seem rude. I don't know. I really don't know how I come off. But it's because it's probably a reaction to being such a people pleaser, right? So I've had to do a lot of rewiring. I've had to do a lot of understanding and deep diving into my psyche and to understand why I'm this way. And I've fixed it a lot, you guys, not gonna lie. The thing that I can give advice, because I know there's a lot of other people out there who are people pleasers and who have gone through this with one of their parents or caretakers had some toxic tendencies, whether that be a personality disorder or trauma themselves or an addiction. Those are usually the things. But I can read you this. Empaths incarnated to heal. Empathy is the healing frequency, but empaths have to go through the dark night of the soul when they are pushed to the edge and realize instead of feeling for all the energy vampires, they turn their healing inwards and become the phoenix rising from the ashes and show empathy for themselves. So the way to heal from being a people pleaser, because even though it seems like, oh, you're such a nice person, you're such an empath, you care about everyone else, it's actually unhealthy. It's not good. It's not good for the person you're feeling for. It's not good for you, obviously. Everyone needs to feel their own stuff first. They need to not put it on other people and make them have the responsibility of sorting out their issues, right? So what you do is you have to learn how to put your feelings first. When you start getting into that empath, people pleaser mode, you've got to be like, wait, how do I feel? And that's going to be hard because I think a lot of empaths might not even know. I'm not going to lie. If you haven't gone through this sounds like, what are you talking about? I was itching my nose. Stop. If you haven't gone through this, you might be like, this doesn't make sense. But those who have gone through this know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That are people pleasers. So you got to be like, wait. What do I feel about this situation? Instead of being like, what does this person feel? Is this person okay? Is this person okay? Be like, wait. How do I feel? And that's going to feel very weird probably the first maybe many times you do it. But once you start building that muscle of wait, calm down all the noise of all the emotions you're absorbing and push it away for a minute and be like, wait, how do I feel? What do I want? What do I feel about this situation, right? You've got to keep building that muscle because empaths were not really allowed, growing up, they were born in a family where they were not really allowed to put their emotions first, and they weren't really allowed to feel their emotions. That was definitely how I was raised. So, how do you feel? So just keep building that muscle. Every time you start absorbing other people's emotional energy, just pause and push it away and be like, wait, how do I feel? You might not even know. The first few times you'd be like, I have no idea how I feel. I'm just worried about how everyone else feels. And that's normal. Empathy is a gift. You have to learn how to yield it and use it consciously, or it can be a mess in your life. Every gift can be a curse if you don't know how to use it correctly, but it is a gift, and you were born this way for a reason. You were here to see through all the issues in your family unit and the world. A lot of the issues in the world, not all the issues, right? But empathy is a gift. It's a spiritual gift. Empathy is the healing energy. So when you feel for others, you're able to help them heal their issue, their trauma, their issues, whatever it may be. So it is a healing energy. We just have to learn how to use it correctly, or it's going to be wasted energy. And it's actually can be negative for your health to be an empath if you don't know what you're doing. Because I've experienced that. It's very draining, and that's why empaths tend to sometimes isolate, or they don't like being around too many people because it's overwhelming. But guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. If you're an empath out there, it does not have to be that way. You have to learn how to be a little bit selfish, but it's not selfish at all. It's a requirement to live a healthy life and to actually use your gifts that you're meant to have correctly. So it serves everyone. So to all the empaths out there, if you want me to make more content about being an empath, people pleaser, or fawning, or how it was created, or from a spiritual perspective and a psychological perspective, I very much will. I know a lot of empaths chime in when I do lives and talk about being a people pleaser or an empath. It is quite a common thing. I think, I don't know if it's all families, but a lot of families who have this unhealthy family unit and dynamic have an empath incarnated. So it's a quite common thing. It's not an easy path, but you're here to help others heal. But first you have to heal yourself, and you have to learn how to listen to how you feel first and come from a place of strength and integrity. And within that, you can help others, but you can't do it before you come from that place and honor how you feel first. And it's going to be hard at first to learn that, because you probably have never had that feeling of honoring how you feel, because no one else ever has. So, but it's very empowering once you learn and you feel that energy of honoring how you feel is such a powerful energy to be in, to constantly honor how you feel in every situation. No, I don't like this situation. I'm leaving. Bye. Sorry, guys. I don't feel like it. I'm leaving. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to. Your energy is just very negative for me right now. I'm not going to be here. Bye. I don't feel good. I'm going to go. I'm just using examples of leaving, but like, no, I don't like how you're talking to me. No, this doesn't feel right. You know, using your empathy towards yourself first, and being sure of yourself and how you feel, and walking into a room of huge amounts of people and being not absorbing it unless you specifically want to absorb a certain person's energy, not the whole room. This is the process of yielding your empathy correctly and your gift correctly. So anyways, more on this later, you guys. I gotta go check on my baby. Love you. Bye.